This is the Negro Ninja. And today I'm going to tell y'all a few different stories that run into one another. Now, these are completely different situations, but they all involve a stupid mother effer. And stupid mother effers are consistent because stupidity is one stupid entity. Okay, like a lot of dumb mother effers that gang up and form into one giant retarded titan. Okay, so let's talk about this community post from a while back when I was telling this female about a dude throwing a tantrum because I didn't say hey to him. And she was like, he was just being friendly. Okay, he was just being friendly. Okay, now this is coming from a bitch who said that being a girl at a gas station is hard because niggas be trying to talk to bitches at the gas station. Okay, now I have even said that this whole rainbow zombie age should theoretically bring both men and women together because the harassment that straight men go through is more or less similar to the harassment that hoes go through from creeping mother effers. Okay, see, but these ain't just hoes we dealing with. We just see a pussy vessel. Okay, you can put anything into a vessel. You can put anything into a pussy. You don't know what a hoe has in her pussy when you walking past her, but you want in. Okay, but there's no room for you because stupid things are in her pussy and in her vessel. Okay, and both of those operate more or less the same. You could say that they are the same thing. Okay, a hoe's mind and her pussy is the same thing. Okay, because if she was smart, she would put smart things up in her vagina. Okay, so continuing. Okay, this bitch clearly doesn't have anything on her mind that is productive. He was just being friendly. Okay, and I said, girls literally don't mind anything dumb. And she didn't even think that made him look like less of a man to her. And you know why? Because I flat out asked her that question. You don't think that make him seem like less of a man getting mad that another nigga he don't know is walking past him without saying hey? And she, kind of gave me a stupid, like the silence. It's like they answer in silence, but at the same time they answering with a dumb word and a gesture. And I was like, well, this bitch here is stupid. Now this is coming from a bitch who I met on Valentine's Day, okay? And she was complaining about her ex and what made him unattractive. And you already know where this is going. Okay, put it in the comments. Can you guess what made the nigga unattractive to her? And it wasn't nothing stupid. Okay, it wasn't nothing stupid. It was just the fact that he was always struggling to pay his bills. He should be making enough money to help her pay her bills. That's how she think. Okay, and that whole little rant I made pretty much goes into what I just said in that last sentence about they don't mind literally anything that's dumb. Okay. Now keep that last sentence in mind as I tell you this story. Okay. And I was at work. And there was a rainbow zombie at work. Now this nigga was easy to get along with. Okay. You would think he was a cool nigga. Quiet. You don't really seem to gossip, don't really seem to him. But that was my first time meeting him. Seemed like a cool nigga. Okay. One thing I will note, I was getting annoyed with the supervisors. He was acting empathetic. Oh man, I see what you're talking about, man. Yeah. Okay. Now, despite the fact that we was not at each other's throat, we seen them get along. But you already know that a straight man and a homosexual can never truly get along. You're always you always got to watch your back when you're dealing with a homosexual. You got to watch your back with anybody, but especially a homo. Okay, because a random person could be looking to do you in. A homosexual is always looking for a way to do you in something else. Okay. So as the day continues, it comes time to pack up and leave. Okay, so I'm packing up my stuff, and I'm almost done, and he just come over there and started helping me. I'm like, oh, okay, that was pretty considerate. Thanks. Okay, but he wasn't helping me just to help me. This nigga had an agenda. All right, so everything is going smooth. We talking about how stupid the day was. Okay, yeah, it was pretty stupid. Whatever. All right, it's time to go. We all leaving, and that was the last day to work of that week. Okay, so the weekend passed, and I get back to work on Monday. All right. So as I'm unpacking my stuff, I look inside whatever he was helping me pack up. Like whatever he touched, this is what happened. So as soon as I basically unpack everything that he was putting up, I see this nigga's name tag in my bag. Okay, like dead serious. Okay, you just think about this. A name tag. Now this wasn't the clip-on needle name tag. It was, just a sticker. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, it was face down with the name and the face on the front. Okay, and I'm like, it looked like somebody, literally just said, "Let me just place this here." Okay, that may have been the first thing he did. I was busy packing up the other stuff. Okay, but that was his sole purpose of doing that. Okay, and a name tag can fall off your shirt, but that's not what happened. Why did it have to fall directly into my stuff, buried up under all the stuff? Okay, and I was just thinking to myself, this is stupid. Now, the girl that I was telling y'all about was in the same room when this happened. All right, she was right beside me, and as soon as I picked that up, I was smooth about to say, "What the heck is this?" to her. So she did the thing that people do when you know that something's wrong with their spirit. Like if you like the stories I be saying when somebody's getting loud with me and they causing the scene, but everybody looking at me. They don't register what he's doing. And if I said anything to point out how stupid he is or they are, people will just instantly do like this. I'm like, you see this? Okay, so she did it smooth. Okay, before I even got a word out of my mouth, I was like, and she just I was like, yeah, I know I can't tell her what I'm about to say. Okay, which pretty much goes to what I just said earlier in this community post. Girls literally don't mind anything dumb. She didn't even think that made him look like less of a man to her. All right. Now, these are three different stories. Okay. The dude getting mad and I'm not saying hey to him. Okay, the bitch I'm telling the story to. And the homosexual that she did not even want to say anything about before I even uttered the words that nigga was gay. All right, so I'm like, I can't talk about this to nobody at the job apparently. Okay, and I decide, you know what? The next time I see this nigga, I'm finna confront him on that. Okay, and I'm like, how should I confront this nigga? Should I embarrass him in front of everybody? But I decided not to embarrass him in front of everybody. Okay, because at the same time, you still have to, like you work with people. So you're not going to try to make it a tenseful situation or whatever. Okay, and then this is also funny to me. A different girl, basically told me something when I helped her pack or help her put up her stuff. She was like, "Hey man, you screwed this on too tight. I couldn't even get it off." Okay, she was not confrontational. Like she confronted me, but she wasn't being roof roof. Yeah, she wasn't doing like that. And I was like, "Oh my bad." And then we just kept it moving. I'm like, "Okay, that's how I'm gonna say it to that nigga." Okay. I saw the nigga. I was like, "Hey man, you left your name tag in my bag," and he knew exactly what I was talking about. Okay, because it wasn't the plastic name tag, the badge you need to get in the building or whatever. It was. He knew what the heck he did. Okay, because as soon as I told him, he was like, "Oh, okay." Like, I'm disappointed that you told me. And I had to make sure I told him because I don't know. I mean, actually, they think that if you don't tell them, then that must mean that you wanted them. I'm like, you know what time it is. Don't play with me. Don't play with me like nothing. Okay, some stuff you just gotta flat out, confront. Because in his homosexual mind, he would have took that as an invitation or something. I'm like, don't come to work on some prison junk. It reminds me of all them Reddit stories I heard about the candy bar up under a pillow in prison. Okay, you gotta always be on your P's and Q's when you're around rainbow zombies and bitches, of course. Okay, so here's the thing about this whole scenario. It's just like the phrase, keep your friends closer and your enemies closer. That's what he was trying to do right there by acting friendly and like he's agreeable and easy to get along with. Oh yeah, man, I saw them get on your nerve. That junk was funny. Watching that was irritating me. Is basically what he was saying. He ain't say it like that though. He was like, I see what you mean. I see why you get agitated with him. Okay, you see the manipulation tactics, trying to make me think, oh, I can relate to you, man. Because everybody like people that can see things that annoy them. Okay, but he didn't know who he was dealing with. All right. And the psychology of people seeing, I can see what annoys you. The psychology is, you're no different, you and I. Okay, we're brothers. Okay, then that's when the suggestions come. Okay, now the suggestion in this case was literally a dude trying to plant a rainbow zombie seed. Okay, that's what that symbolized. How you just gonna put your name tag in somebody else's junk? Okay, and that was literally Matthew 13:25. And I'm finishing to read the English Standard Version. But while his men were sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. Okay, that was spiritual warfare on multiple levels. First of all, it was physical because that's no different than somebody planting witchcraft objects in your yard or trying to put something in your drink. Okay, okay, to drug you or something. Or, spiritual form, saying something, trying to get you to believe it. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Or doing something while you sleep. You're having a stupid dream because they're doing something. Okay, that was all types of stuff. Because once again, I didn't even see that until I looked back in the bag, you know, once it was time for me to unpack my stuff. So it's been sitting there for about 2 or 3 days. Okay, so clearly that was actual witchcraft. He had some intention behind that. Okay, but it didn't work. Okay, a person that was truly asleep would just act like it's no big deal. Oh, whatever. Okay, they'll just see it, just take it, wouldn't even think about it. I'm just ball it up and throw it away. Wouldn't even think about it. Okay, and that pretty much, that little stupid incident there pretty much shows you that low frequency people will do literally anything to invade your personal space. Okay, and I don't know if I said this in this draft. Like on the first part of the story when I was telling y'all about this girl, and I was like, she was not really, um, she wasn't really concerned about another dude being mad that I didn't say hey to him. That nigga is the same nigga I've been complaining about for years with all the parking, like how I complained about my neighbors doing those strange parking rituals outside or whatever. That was a nigga that was always trying to park behind me, the little dread hair dude. I'm like, if I don't say hey to you the first 1,000 times, what makes you think I'm gonna say hey to you 1,001 in 1,001 attempts? Like, leave me alone. Now he's talking under his breath. It's pretty stupid. Okay, now as for the dude that left his name tag in my stuff, when I confronted him about it, I wasn't even aggressive. I didn't even give an opinion on it. I just said, yeah, you did that. Okay. Then he was acting dry the whole day. Okay, that facade just basically dissolved. Okay, there's nothing for him to gain. Okay, and there was no progress being made. And another thing I find funny about this whole story is that nigga, actually got close to one of the chicks that I had issues with, like a serious issue. And they just all become buzzy, what you call that word? I guess they say bosom buddy pals. All right, and that's why I say that all three of these stories run into one another, completely different scenarios, but one continuous retarded person. And that's all I got to say for this message. And this has been the Negro Ninja, bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.